Hey, my name is shawnshawn. I sell art on shawnshawn.co and specials on eBay. Today we're going to react to Bob Burridge, also known as his channel is called Bob Blast on YouTube. Let's go check it out.
Welcome back to another Bob Blast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about a quick and simple way of putting figures in your painting. Even the app.
So the thing he has here is the tracking slightly off on the sound. The sound is a little bit low. This is an older video, so probably it was just recorded differently. So he's probably, I think in his later videos, the sound level is up, so you don't have that issue. He starts off strong with kind of the title, so you know what's it about. It's kind of really old school style of presenting. You kind of do a PowerPoint style, but then he goes into a straight one-on-one shot, which is really strong. With his work surrounded, you can do figures. So he has small figures, large figures. And so you really get a direct view, you know, straight to the camera, what's going on. So it's a really strong way to start the video. Let's keep going.
Abstracts. But how do I start off? How do I make...
Let's go a little further.
And here we go. Big brush, huge brush. Big brush, not little brushes. And push it down. I can't wait to show you how I do them. It works for me. Let's watch.
So here's a really quick summary that's pretty strong, so you know exactly what to do.
And here we go. Big brush, big brush. Piece of paper, watercolor paper. Here's how we do it. At least this is how I do it. Put a dot, a small dot. Push down hard on the, there you go, pushing down hard. Go straight down. We're making carrots today. Oh, that's a carrot. Let's do it again. One right next to it.
So it's really funny. He's kind of have this really great energy of talking to the camera. He gets really excited, so it's really exciting to watch him. He's got this really fun, playful style. He was an industrial designer before, though, so it's a very exact, tight control. And so I've seen this a lot with people that have that really exact designer background where they have to do really tight line. They tend to be really organic, I would say, in their artwork. So it's kind of an interesting reaction. Let's keep going here.
Give them a little bit of a shadow. It helps to.
It's a really nice, simple technique that works really well, I think.
Now we have a crowd of people. Cool, huh? Oh, I like to go back in there and change their shape a little bit. I like to say give them some personality. Sometimes I give them two legs. There we go. There we go. Right now I just have them all as carrots. That's really all I really wanted to show you, how quick and easy it is to put these simple shapes right into your painting. Let me show you the other technique, that Rembrandt light.
Let's go ahead a little bit.
The subjects are going to be, and this is just the beginning, having started the color. Speaking of color, let me show you what I do. The same thing, but now with color.
So this is a really classic way of working where you start kind of very rough, do really rough sketches, kind of get a feel for what you're going to do.
Just finished this one.
And then keep scaling up to higher quality version.
Right? We got to get into some color. I can't wait. And I do the same thing with black and white, and then sometimes I'll just put color directly on it. Or sometimes I'll start off with just color. But this is all about color. And I'm not really concerned about the color wheel just yet because I'm going to be putting them later on into a landscape. Let me show you what I do here with the color. All right, so we have the shapes down.
So what I really like about this is it's a slow, methodical build-up. So it's a classical way of working from the most simple version of it, and then you kind of add a little bit, add a little bit, add a little bit, add a bit of it. So by the end, you have this really nice organic feel, but it has a lot of, you've boiled down all the ideas along the way. So it's just a classic way of working, but with this a really organic, kind of fun colors popping. Let's go a little bit further.
Painting. Big brush, big brush. If you use those little brushes with two hairs, oh my gosh, you don't paint it, you start tickling it to death. Don't want to do that.
That's so funny. You're gonna tickle the painting with this big, small brush.
You can also do some negative shape painting, correcting, goofing around with lots of color.
This is really great color feel for here, where you're not afraid of the color. You just put it down, see what it turns up, and it's really colorist kind of style painting.
On each one, so I get an opportunity to try new things in a short short period of time. I like this. This kind of play. This is my play time. You probably don't play enough. Probably go right to your studio and just start working on that masterpiece. Well, this is why I like to paint, because this playtime is so precious and so valuable. It's nothing but a series of what if, what if, what if.
So he has a really playful style, which is playing with the colors, just really casual approach to painting, which makes it really fun. Really great, strong color.
Pretty loose, isn't it?
Which just really pops off the canvas. Let's go ahead a little bit here.
We'll be putting those figures in abstracts. Hi there. Hey, this is just a reminder that I'm doing 2 major trade shows coming up right now. Artisan Materials Expo, and it's in Santa Fe.
So great energy.
September
Announcing your
28th.
upcoming events is really smart.
They're teaching all day long.
I usually do them separate because
trade show I gotta tell you about, and
as people see this, they'll be like, "Oh, is this coming up?" And you're like, "Oh, it's 3 years ago," right? So it kind of throws you off, but it's good to throw it in there.
You know, that big catalog.
Let's go on to the next video. I think he has really good energy so far. All right, this next video is about palm trees. So again, he starts off with that kind of PowerPoint look.
And welcome back to another Bob Blast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge.
I don't know, the tracking's off again. I don't know why, but
Painting palm trees. I got an email not too long ago asking me, would I do a palm tree demonstration? I really don't do palm trees, but I kind of do, but I do them my way. I'm not tree.
so a great kind of really casual approach. Let's skip ahead a little bit.
All right, so I think we'll have a sunset.
I don't know why the volume is so terrible on this, but
Basically, I just do things like this. Really wet. Different colors. Why not?
hopefully it doesn't sound this bad.
Different shapes.
I'll find out when I record this.
The trees. Tree trunks. Looks like it might be 2 trees.
It's really nice, just organic. Put some splotches down and see what happens.
Really neat.
Very casual.
Simple exercise. I do a whole bunch of these different colors.
So he does a couple of those. Does a more advanced one.
2. These are all Holbein acrylic paints. I like them because they're really heavy body.
And he has a really nice demonstration of the materials he's using with the paints and also the acrylic out there. He's mixing acrylic as white, which is kind of a cool process.
Do your mixing out here on the table, of course.
And he just does all his mixing on paper, so he just throws it all away obviously later, so it saves yourself the cleanup process. That's not a bad idea. But really rich colors. You look at that orange and red already start off.
Put up with it. But here we go. So this is really nice and messy. I'm gonna come in here.
I mean, it almost looks nice as is. It's almost like, why do you need that blue on top? But
Get rid of the parts that doesn't look like a palm tree. Leave a little bit of a sunset here. We're doing shapes. All this is practice. Over and over and over.
it's just really casual placing of the paint.
I can have them dribbling down. I do sketch
Just really great color here.
when I have an opportunity.
Really stands out.
Like in Mexico. when
This
I-
sound is killing me. Hope it records better.
Sketch all those wonderful trees. Put the
Let's
white
skip ahead a little bit.
so majestic and so wonderful. And I love how flexible they are too, blowing in the wind. Oh man. And they always tell me, or at least they project, a good time. Good time at the beach.
That's really cool because it's just
I like the paint places I like.
like a Fauvist system where you just feel the color kind of going with it. With his worshipers, the actual colors would have been kind of green and brown, and you'd have the sky and that's it. And you might have a colorful sky with the sun, but he's actually using representation, like not non-representative colors with red branches, blue branches, purple. Just throw it all on there. It's gonna be fun. He doesn't really care how realistic the colors are, which is really fun and playful.
There's some fun stuff. Obviously, it's a lot of pain, but get it all done right now.
Skip ahead a little bit.
Has that wonderful casa for the artist down there in Puerto Vallarta, actually 10 miles south of Puerto Vallarta. It's just for us. We stay in this great casa on the beach in a fishing village, and we do workshops. We paint for several days on the top floor overlooking the fishing village, right there on the beach. They feed us. We stay there. And I get to teach there. We get to listen to all the wonderful Mexican music out there as we're doing this open.
And he has a really fun, casual approach to painting. You can just see the colors just really fun and fairly abstracted, but still somewhat realistic.
So what we're gonna do, Bob has put this together. I think it was
But really great colors. Let's skip around to the next video. He has good energy, especially for his age. He's a little more older, so it's, you know, probably, but he's really enthusiastic about the work, which is what you want to see in a painting video. You want to see that boom enthusiastic. So this is making bigger paintings. So let's see what he does here.
And welcome back to another Bob Blast. Hi, I'm Bob Burridge, and this one is all about, did you ever want to paint bigger?
So he's a good interest there. Let's
Hold
keep
them
going.
together so they become bigger. Hey, let's get started.
So he has, again, this kind of PowerPoint things, way to work. But just smart kind of gives you really how to break down.
In order to make it a diptych, I've taken two of my panels that haven't quite yet worked, and here they are. These are about 16 by 16, and that was the one I was working on. I don't know, it just didn't go anywhere. I had my collage.
He's got a careful explanation how it's working out.
It's a 2-inch wide brush. I have my black. Mix up some black. This is Holbein black. Mix up some white and add a little bit of yellow in here. So what that's doing turns it kind of like a khaki color, a neutral color. I'm adding more white. There we go. See how juicy I make it? I do my mixing out here, not on the painting.
That's really cool because it's all that paint.
There you go. And I would like to say, don't.
Just for a painter, you're just like, yeah, you're just blowing shitloads of material here. It's awesome.
I like where it's going.
But yeah, when you paint, you definitely can't be afraid. He's definitely not afraid. You're just like, throw the paint on there, see what happens. Like, if you wipe out the below layer, you take that risk, see what happens, right?
So this is me playing.
So he keeps going, adds more of that green.
I like that shape.
Let's skip ahead a little bit more.
I like to take two pieces that just maybe didn't work out really well and give it another shot. And the way I approach it, this week at least, is I try to find a neutral color and pull the two together and see what happens. What a great way to expand your mind, and also to use up all those paintings you have in that back room that just didn't make it yet. Hey, you have the time, so let's make some diptychs and triptychs. I'll see you on the next Bob Blast. Do the theme, table setting. So the information and prospectus, of course, is on my website. Go to my website. But the deadline, the most important part here, is this month, the 28th. Is the deadline, so don't delay here. There's plenty of prizes. Oh my gosh, the last one was so successful, but I just want you to do it again. It was so exciting to see international paintings all over the world come in for the last theme. So this one, table setting, lots of prizes. Table setting. See your work soon. Take care.
So he has a jury show, kind of he's going to do for fans.
On the top floor overlooking the fishing village, right there on the beach. They feed us. We stay there. And I get to teach there. We get to listen to all the wonderful Mexican music out there as we're out there in this open air studio. And we get to still have that wonderful casa flair that only Robert Mosley can put together, which we really miss. So this year, it's going to be great to kind of have fun again and be with other people who want to, from all over the world, staying home in your studio and painting those wonderful Mexican scenes. The only thing I'm going to miss is their wonderful homemade food and the ocean.
So he has this really long outro. I don't know if I'd have all this outro on a particular video like this. I might want to cut it short, just focus on the painting and then do that separately. But his style is he always kind of adds his events in there. So I don't know, that might be a great technique to kind of develop more your fan base and have better interaction, not just, you know, the static evergreen kind of material, which obviously the first half of this is evergreen, where it's just how to paint a big painting, right? You can show that for 100 years. But then the back end is all about his local events, the local time, and so that really kind of connects with his fans as it comes out. I don't know how it is if people see this later and they're like, oh, that was 2 years ago, so that may work, it may not work, it might not hurt, so it might be fine doing this. I really like the energy this guy has. He's always enthusiastic, like talking to the camera, excited, bubbly, really loves the process of painting. And, you know, coming from this industrial designer background into this, it's really interesting to see the contrast, because obviously his work is extremely organic, just really playful, not taking it seriously, not realistic. The colors aren't realistic, just really colorful, expressionistic, really playful with the paint, so just having a fun time. And so that really comes across in the artwork, and also comes across in the personality, which obviously people probably really react strongly to this art, and they probably like it. It's very fun and just pop color, just put on the walls, great decoration stuff, really fun, and kind of gets the essence of probably what a lot of art that people buy actually is. Just fun work, enjoyable, put it on the wall. I don't know, maybe he does some serious work as well, but I think it's just really fun, colorful, playful art. He's doing a pretty good job. I mean, he's an older artist, but I mean, he has a good enthusiasm about him. I think it's, especially if you see like the hyper realists or the realist painters, they're very serious using the fine brush. So it's just funny. He just kind of like poo-poos on him and says, oh, just use the big fat brush. It's a completely different style of painting. It's pretty funny. There's always, you know, artists always like have an opinion about everyone, and everyone always has an opinion about art. So that just kind of comes out, and there's always kind of this like, do realism or do like loose brush or do like completely abstract, and then all those three different worlds are just fighting each other, and you have the pop artists, and it's really funny how people paint and to see how they're different styles. He's not really limited. It looks like he's painting a variety of topic, mostly still life and some landscape, but he has a lot of different variety to his work. Just mostly, you know, his work because it kind of that colorist, expressionist style. I'd encourage you guys to check him out. I think he's pretty fun. And hopefully you guys like my video, check out my artwork, and I'll see you in the next Artist Reacts video. Thanks for watching.